I'm Hilary, a mom in Oklahoma,
And I'm Hannah, a stay-at-home mom in Texas.
and this is episode 89 of the Don't You to Read podcast. Hi, guys. So today we're going to be talking about books that we are offended by you not liking. If you don't like them, we're offended. So that's going to be interesting and maybe a little spicy. We're going to talk about, before that, what we're currently reading or something we've recently finished. And then at the end, we're going to talk about something that we're looking forward to or that we have waiting for us on our Kindles. So, yeah, how's it going?
I'm hoping that we're on an upswing. It's been like a chaotic few days.
Yeah, it's been a week. Every week. It feels like that every week, but like it just keeps getting worse.
And it's only Tuesday. I literally was like, I can't take another day. It's fine, guys. I'm fine.
I saw what was the song you put on your Instagram? What song was it?
Oh, all-time low.
Oh yeah, I thought it was the I am lost. No, it was like I'm at an all-time low, 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 low. I'm
Yup.
like, oh no.
The song is great, really good, and especially when it hits a certain way. So, yeah, everything's fine. Here's some behind the scenes. My child is running in the house and just was running so fast, slipped on who knows what, like on his foot. I don't, nothing, on the air, and fell flat on his face in the tile.
She said he was like Neville.
Yeah, it was bad. He's okay, and that's the important part. It sounds funny, but I do feel a little traumatized by the event. Oh,
I mean, you had to go get x-rays and everything.
yeah, it was bad. So that's just like the story of the last few days. Josh told me, and it was a good word. He told our son first, he was like, that must have been really scary, but you're probably going to be a lot tougher for this, and you won't be as scared next time.
Well, now he has a gauge of being
Yeah,
like from 0 to this.
yes.
Yeah, you have to have like a crazy situation. I mean, every now and then,
Yeah.
kids are just gonna get injured,
So we're
unfortunately.
still we're still waiting. We're waiting to see if he broke his nose. But don't worry, guys. I know you're probably like, "Oh my God, oh my God." He's acting totally fine. I'm still having to remind him. Like today, I was like, "Do you remember what happened 2 days ago? Like, calm yourself down."
Well, do you remember when we were kids, mom would be like, "Well, I guess you don't feel that bad anymore."
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I have not been reading a whole lot because I think I've just been very distracted. So, how is your reading?
Yeah, that was a crazy couple days. Okay, I am ashamed to say I am still I still am finishing Order of the Phoenix. I have
Yes, I'm waiting.
Well, we had a this dispatcho.
What is
I'm
that?
like, how do I even say it? Dispatcho. I don't know. Despacio.
I
I
don't know
don't
what
know.
you're trying to say.
It was a storm system that came through Oklahoma,
Oh,
and
that's a
it's
a weather?
yeah, that's what it
Oh.
was. We learned what it was this weekend or this week, and it's a severe weather. And instead of a tornado, like the winds are not cycling like a tornado. They're just straight winds, but they're still like
Mhm.
very intense, 70 mile per hour or more for 250 miles, whatever. I mean, no one cares. But it tore down trees and caused damage. So we've been dealing with that. Not ours, thankfully, not much, but my in-laws, we had to
Mm.
help them. And so anyway, it's been a week, like Hannah said. So yeah, it's bad. But then I look at Order of the Phoenix and then I'm like, this is the size of 3 full books.
Yeah.
3 full novels, not even novellas. So
Yeah.
I'm on 800 and like 10. So I have like 60 pages left. So I'm
Mm.
almost done. And I'm gonna finish it tonight. That's my goal because my baby just I don't know. She's she's the main issue here. But she did not eat enough today, so I'm gonna have to wake her up
Oh,
at
no.
like 10-ish to have like a little dream feed, get some more ounces in her so that she can sleep a long time. So that's my goal is to finish it tonight. But it's like all bad. It's like in the darkest part of the night, that's like
Mhm.
the worst part of the story. Everything bad is happening. So yeah, anyway. It's kind of depressing. It's funny because I was sitting there eating my dinner, reading that, and Taylor like pats my back. He's like, "Are you okay? You just look so sad." And I'm like, "It's probably my book."
Oh man. Is that the only book you're reading?
No, I'm actually listening. I have an audiobook I'm listening to. I feel like you've not heard about this book. It's just not in your type of wheelhouse. It's Good People by Patina Sabit. I'm trying to think of how to describe it. They don't tell you anything in the description. So basically, you have like this immigrant family. They've come from, I want to say Afghanistan in like a long time ago, though. And we know something bad happened to this family, but we don't know what happened. We just know something happened. And we're hearing from the perspectives of not the family and not the police, because they're like, the police declined to speak about it because it's an ongoing investigation. So we don't know we just know something bad happened. We don't know what it was, we know something about this. So it's an interview format. So similar format to
Mm.
Daisy Jones and the Six. The story is not the same at all, but
Mm.
it's the same format. So the audio is like, I think they said there's 20 narrators,
Wow.
and it's like their neighbor, their friend, a waiter who saw them at the restaurant, someone who worked at the gas station, an employee, whatever, all telling about what was it like growing up with these people? What were they like? What was the dynamic like? Whatever. I'm interested
Is
though.
it like a thriller
It's not a
or like a
thriller, but it's
mystery?
a mystery for sure.
That sounds,
Because you're
oh,
like some
that reminds me of that one book that we read. Oh boy. And now I'm not gonna know. You told me to read it like years ago, and the cover, it has a
oh,
bus.
yes, Kill Show.
Yeah, that was
Yes,
like that format too.
yes, it's like that format.
Okay. I liked
Which
that book.
I like that format a
Yeah.
lot. And I heard the audio was good because of that. And they're like, oh, it's like Daisy Jones. And I'm like, oh, I love that. Like, I love that interview
Mm-hmm.
documentary, which is how this is.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I'm enjoying it. And I found myself, which is a good sign, was I listened to it. I had a counseling appointment today and I listened to it in the car. And then and then back, and I had to go to the grocery store after that. And I couldn't, my AirPods were not in my bag. And I was like, no, I wanted to listen to it while I was shopping. And I'm like, that's a good sign whenever you're like, I can't continue it.
When you want to read it.
But I was like, can I play it and like up to my ear, like hold my phone up to my
Oh my
ear, like really
God.
softly? I'm like, no, that's ridiculous. So I did not do that, but I am enjoying it. So, but you do have to pay attention. That's the thing. Like this audio, like because you don't even know what
Yeah.
happened to the family, you're
Mm-hmm.
like, ooh, something happened. We know the police get involved, but I don't know what happened. So you're like having to listen very closely, which is nice because in stressful times in life, it's not really a great book to you can't zone out. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see how it ends and stuff, but I like it. And I always like a book with like I think I've said this too, like with other cultures, and like it's interesting hearing about their life. Like it's a startup too. Like they come to America super, super poor, but they're able to like work their way up in the community and they end up like millionaires. And it's not like a
Mm-hmm.
happy story. Obviously, we know something bad happens to them, but it's
Mm-hmm.
interesting hearing of like a
Yeah.
different experience.
Yeah, I looked it up. I have not seen it ever. Like, it's not familiar to me.
Me either, but when I heard it about it, someone was like, "I know you've probably seen this book everywhere." I'm like, Not in my circles,
But yeah,
apparently."
it does have like a ton of reviews though. So it's in somebody's circle. Like 28,000 ratings.
Yeah, you just get in your algorithm, and you
You
just see
really
the
do.
same couple, and then you're like,
Mhm.
"Oh, this is a whole new world."
So, a book that I started today, inspired from last week, When Tomorrow Came by Hannah Linder. So, this is the book that I talked about last week. It was one of my oldest books on my TBR, and
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
I feel excited. I'm ready. First of all, I love checking something off of my list. Second of all, I if I'm in the mood to try it, then I'm like, okay, we're gonna try it now. So downloaded it today and I'm 15% in. So I'm early, but I'm really liking it. It's very interesting and I don't have any idea where we're going, but like I'm really enjoying the setup. So I
What
feel
type of genre is it?
it's historical. I think it's historical romance.
Okay.
I feel like that would be the
Yeah,
predominant.
I
genre.
think that's what I thought based on the cover when I
Yeah.
was adding the show notes. By the way, guys, if you don't know this, there are show notes to this podcast. And like anytime you hear us mention a book, you don't even have to write it down. Just click like about this episode, and there's a link to everything. It's not an affiliate link. We don't get any money for that, anything. It's just to be nice. Like you can just click it and it'll tell you who wrote it, what book it was, who wrote it, and the time that you can skip to find it again if you ever question.
And if you do want to support us, since we don't get paid, you can go follow our podcast. You can find us on Instagram. It will be linked in the show notes. And you can also follow us, follow our podcast wherever you're listening. You can comment, like it, share it, all the things.
Yeah, because we don't do ads and we're not getting paid for any of the
Yeah.
links. So yeah, it would just be a pat on the back.
It's the least you can do for showing up every week. Okay.
I mean, if there is anyone, like if there's anyone out there.
We're like blowing the whistle like on
Yes, that's
Titanic.
exactly what I was thinking, like Titanic. Anyone. Yeah. Uh, Taylor yesterday was like, he said, guys, our podcast is going to be more like about our lives. It's just eventually going to be about that and just not books. But Taylor said his coworker, his favorite movie he found out is Home Alone. And he's like, oh, look, it's his favorite movie, like you. And he goes, and he's always making Home Alone references all the time. And he's like, and I'm the only one who gets it. And I get it because of you. He's like, because you're always making Home Alone references all the time. And that's the only way. I was like, which references did he make? He goes, I
Yeah.
don't know.
There's so many to pick from.
Yeah. I was like, what are some of them that he says? He's like, I don't know. I said, ask him which one is his favorite and why. And I said, I don't really care which one it is. I just need him to have an educated reason. He's like, I'm not gonna do any of that.
Yeah, there are so many. I mean, daily. I feel like I have 5 a day at least. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk. We're talking about books. This came up in an episode, was it a few weeks ago? I don't remember. One of our last episodes
Oh, yes.
where we were like, I'm offended if you don't like this. And I was like, oh, I have one. And I was like, no, I'm not going to say it. We'll make
Mhm.
an episode about it. So let's talk about it. These are books just that, I mean, I feel like everyone has them wherever someone reads a book and then you are like nervous to
Mhm.
hear what they thought about it because you're like, oh no, I don't want to hear that they didn't like it. Or you're like, you see a bad rating and you're like, this makes me mad. Like, I just don't understand it.
Yes, because I said that there are books that I see people rate badly or talk bad about, and I feel my heart rate increasing. That's how I know. But okay, do you feel this way often, or do you feel like there's only a select few of books that you feel that way about?
Um, no, I don't feel like it all the time. I didn't have a huge list, but I
Hmm.
also try to keep it smaller for time.
It's not just like every 5-star read.
No, because I know like some of the stuff that I love, I'm like, I can see why. Like, for example, a book that won't be on the list is like Daisy Jones and the Six, where I'm like, I love that book. Like, that is still one of my top favorite books ever.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see why when someone's like, I don't like Hannah, I was like, I didn't like that book. I'm like, well, I love it, but I could see why you're like, yeah, I mean, the characters are not likable. They
Hmm.
make a lot of bad decisions. So I'm like, I can see why someone wouldn't like it. So yeah, there's a lot, or like Manacled. I thought that was like 5 stars. It was really good, really well done. But then I'm like, oh no, like I would not be like, if someone said, I hated that book, it was too, and then I'm like, I get it. It
Hmm.
doesn't offend me. I get why it wouldn't work for people.
Yeah, I think that's how I feel about most books in general. Love it or don't. I'm really not offended. If anything, I can feel bad. Like if I loved a book and someone's like, "Oh, Hannah, I'm reading this because of you," and then they don't like it, then yeah, I'm like, "Oh, well, sorry." But I'm not upset. Or if people DM me and they're like, "Oh, I'm reading this book. I don't really like I don't care. I'm not bothered and I don't mind. I didn't write the book. So I really in general, I don't mind. However, there are some books that I do. When people don't like it, and I'm like, okay, why? And then I hear the reasons why, and I'm like, no, 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 you didn't understand it, or you didn't read it right.
I kind of wonder if it is dependent on my mood too, because if I'm like in a mood to fight and then I see something and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, there it is. Like, I don't know. I don't really ever attack people though.
No, this is not about attacking. This is just,
The feeling.
yeah. And I will say this, if you have read and did not like any of the books that I talk about today, it's fine. We can still be friends, and I will still think that you're wrong.
They can all be true at once.
Okay, do you want to start?
Sure. I'll just get this one over with because this is not the one that made me think of this episode, but 100%. I said Harry Potter, all of them. Every 1 through 7, any of them at all. When I see someone rates it 3 star, which one of our family members rated this 3 stars, and I was
Mm.
like, I do not
Did
understand.
she
Like,
say why?
no.
Oh, okay. Mm-mm.
No. And I'm like, are you kidding me? No, this offends me. And then it doesn't matter. And I'll see people that like reread them and they're like, well, one of them gets 3 stars, whatever. And I'm like, no, no, no. It upsets me. And I agree. Like there are some that I like more than others, but
Yeah.
no, I don't get it whenever people are rating it anything other than 5 stars. I just don't think it deserves it.
I feel that too. I think the only allowance I feel is maybe people think, "Oh, it's magic and magic is bad." But then why are you on the ride?
But then you knew that.
Yeah,
You
why are
see him
you
on a broom, right? The first book.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just saying that
I don't
it
know.
it comes from the 90s Christian culture, I think, for me, where people don't that Harry Potter's
You're
bad.
like hate reading.
I don't know. Again. I don't know, but I'm offended too because I think that this series is amazing. And Joshua actually told me that he feels like if people read Harry Potter and they don't like it, he thinks they are too pretentious and they're doing it on purpose. So that's what he said.
Hmm. So him too.
Yeah.
Was that on your list or no?
Yeah.
Okay, I figured. I figured.
Okay, you want to go again?
No, you can go.
Heartless Hunter by Kristen Ciccarelli.
That was also on my list.
So I don't even know how to like explain all my feelings. I just feel like this book has a special type of magic. Like not magic system, but like all the elements in the book to me are magic. I just think the writing was like masterfully done. And I know some people say it's predictable. I don't know. I don't know. And then it has the love triangle. I've seen people not like that. And I'm like, no, no, no. That is part of what made the tension so good. And anyway, it's one of those books that when I see people talk bad about it, I'm like, no, mm-mm, I don't agree with it at all.
That was on my list too, and I'm like, I just don't understand. There is nothing bad about this book. Nothing. Nothing. The chemistry, the tension, the action, everything. I will make allowances for Rebel Witch, where I'm like, I can see how you're like, well, I didn't love that one, whatever.
Hmm.
That I'll allow, I guess. But Heartless Hunter, no, I don't. I don't allow it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'm like, if you read it and don't like it, I don't want to know. I just don't.
And then I'm like, I want to know, and then I'm gonna fight you.
Yeah, you're like, just know if you tell me, we can be friends. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, don't tell me.
Okay, what's your next one?
Okay, my next one is Where the Crawdads Sing.
Mm.
That is one that I don't know. That one has like such a special place. Like, I remember when I bought the book, I remember walking to the store and picking it out. This was before social media, like Bookstagram or anything. I just, on a whim, thought it looked
Hmm.
interesting. It was like, hmm. And then I read it in Seattle and in Portland.
Hmm.
And I was up until like, I don't know, all hours of the night, like many nights up late. And then I finished it in Portland at like 2 in the morning. And I was like, I have chills.
Oh my God.
Literally, like I could not, like when you read a book and you're like, I can't even go to sleep. Like I am like,
Yeah.
because that's how the ending of that book was like, at the time, I'm like, I I need to think about this. Like, where did I miss this and where did I whatever? And so I remember laying in bed like, oh my goodness. And then a lot of people I know, almost everyone, I have pushed that book to everyone when they're like, I don't know what to read. I'm like, have you read Where the Crawdads Sing? Like, that
Hmm.
is my first go-to always. And almost everyone has loved it, I will say. Almost everyone has been like, yes, amazing,
Hmm.
5 stars. One person, I loaned her the physical book, which I've learned now I'll loan physical books all the time. I don't care. Like, you can damage them. I've had a friend borrow a book and she was like, I'm so sorry. I splashed food on your book. I'll buy you a new one. I'm like, I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm like, they're supposed to be read. It doesn't bother me. But this book, she took so long to read it. It was like months. And then finally she gave it back because I was like gonna be upset because I was like, I am gonna be upset if I don't get this one book back because I
Hmm.
love it so much and it was special to me when I bought it and whatever. Anyway, she finally gave it back. And then I was like, what did you think? She goes, it was fine. And I was like, oh, I'm so angry right now. And I'm like, I shouldn't be angry. It's just a book. I didn't write it. It doesn't matter. But see, to this day, I remember I'm like clenching my fists right now. And I was like, "You took my book for months and all just to be like, meh, no, I don't understand."
You're like, you read it wrong.
Yes, I'm like, "You're just too." I'm gonna insult her intelligence. I'm like, "You're just." No, but I'm like, I just did not understand. I'm like, I know it shouldn't make me angry, but it did.
My next one, I don't have as many strong words, but my feelings are there. Jurassic Park.
Interesting.
This is one that I really try to force people to read. I feel like I've pushed it hard. And a lot of people, I don't get a lot of takers because people are either like, I
Mhm.
didn't, or I watched the movie, don't care. Or it's just not their typical genre, so they just push it off. What is wrong with you? So, first of all, read the book. Second of all, I just think it's so good. And I was scared it was going to be like Jaws because I read that book, hated it, or like a classic feeling like Dracula or, like the older books. This is not that
Uh-huh.
old, but I thought it was going to feel like that. And I was nervous that it was going to be boring, but I loved that book so much. There's graphs and like charts, and it's really, really cool to just buy. I would buy the book personally. I did. And you gave me a nice copy, right? Yeah.
From the UK.
Yes, and it's worth getting a copy, I think. But there's a part in the book that I still remember. I was reading it and I was so into it, and then something happened and I literally was like and Josh was like, "What in the world?" And I'm like, "Oh my God." And then, tell him I'm trying to explain to him what just happened and whatever. So for me to feel like that level 10 investment says a lot, and the
Mhm.
book was just really, really good.
Yeah, that's a really good summer book. I like when people are
Yeah.
looking for summer books, I'm like, that's a good one. I think you just forget about it because it's so old.
Yeah, it's solid.
Yeah, and it's really good even for, yeah, like you said, I think we kind of think of things sometimes as classics and you're like, oh, therefore it's boring or what, I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. My next one, this is the one that made me think of this episode. The Frozen River. That's one too, by Ariel Lohan or Lawhon. I don't know how you say her name. I love that book. It's not like number one book in my world, like Where the Crawdads Sing, but it is up there. And
Mhm.
I get nervous when people say, like, I know our mom read it, which she still didn't give it 5 stars for no good reason.
She loved the book.
Yeah, she was like, I love it, but I don't know, 4 stars. I'm like, "Ugh,
She doesn't give 5 stars often.
ever.
Yeah, ever.
It's like reserved for the Bible, I think. But just never. But I made that, but you know what? I was pleased that she still enjoyed it because
Yeah.
I was unsure. And then Brittany read it and I was unsure. And then when you read it, because I remember telling you, you should read this book. And then when you're like, I'm reading it and it's just so sad. Nothing. And I was like, oh no. Like, and I remember saying, like, stop reading it. Just stop. Do not finish hate reading it. And then you're like, I finished it 5 stars. I loved it. I'm like, oh my goodness. Just sent me on a trip.
It was really good. You just have to hold on, buckle in, and finish it. So
Uh-huh.
that was, yeah, I loved that one too. Okay, the next one is The Wind of Walkers and Blades by Kelly Farina.
Oh yeah, you're the spokesperson for this book.
Yeah, I don't get paid. I just do it because I love the book. I feel like, yes, I am the biggest advocate of this series because so I loved the first book so much. I was very blown away in this category and in all the categories. I think like even if you like to read spicy fantasy, I think you would still really like this because when I discovered this book, I was still reading spicy fantasy that I thought was much better than the closed door fantasy. And this one, I remember I was like, no, this one feels like the same level. I loved it so much. And then book two, I loved that one. Oh my gosh, because I was scared. I was like, maybe the first one I just got, she got lucky. And then the second one, I was like, no, this is like solid. And then there's a 2.5, and that one was also amazing. I mean, I'm excited and I'm scared. Book three is coming out, which will
Which
finish
was
out.
2.5.
It's Perfidy and the Prize Daughter.
Oh, that was a novella,
Yeah, it's
right?
long though. Yeah, it's a novella, but it's like a normal. I feel like it's a normal size book. But book three is coming out later this year, and I'm very excited. And I mean, if you have three books that are 5 stars, for me, that is pretty much unheard of. So I love her writing and I love her storytelling. It feels very intentional. It doesn't feel like she's bumbling around like in a trilogy. I feel like you can feel that sometimes where you're like, did was this the plan? Because it doesn't feel like this was the intention, when we started. But with Kelly's books, I feel like very much we see like when you find something out in book two, you're like, okay, hold on. I remember, one sentence in book one that comes back to this. So anyway, I'm obsessed. And this is one that I'm like, everybody just needs to read it. And if people don't like it, okay, I have questions because I honestly, all the people I've forced to read it have loved it, unless they haven't told me, which is possible. But
And don't tell her,
yeah,
apparently.
don't tell me.
Yeah, okay. Here's my experience with this book. Like Kelly, there's no disrespect. Then don't worry about what I'm about to say. I read book one and I really enjoyed it. But at the time, book two was not out or
Yep.
anything. Okay, so it's what we're talking about. And then I was on something else and I'm like, I'll get to it. And then before I knew it, something else was coming out. And then I'm like, I don't even remember what happened in book one. I just remember I really enjoyed it. But I remember it ended on the cliffhanger.
Yeah. Hmm.
And so I remember thinking, oh, I'm excited for book two, but now I don't remember book one. So I was thinking about that recently. I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to go back and reread book one and
Hmm.
then go on from there. Because I don't remember. I just remember I really liked it.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, yeah, just wait. Or depending how fast you read
When
them,
is
yeah.
book three coming?
November 13th.
Okay, then that's not too bad. That's good enough, like to start. And
Yeah. I want her to get audio because I just feel like a lot of my friends listen to audio and would listen to it. You know what I mean? Like, haven't read it, but would listen to it. Anyway,
yeah, yeah, and she also talks about her books not being like a clean fantasy, right?
yeah, she says, I said no spice, not no slice.
That's funny.
They have everything else. It's not, yeah, they're not
Hmm.
clean. They're not explicit.
Yeah. Okay. My next one is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Brigid Kemmerer. I've seen some bad reviews on Goodreads. People are like, this is so dumb and cheesy. I'm like, I'm not going to read anymore. I'm just getting out of this section. It's basically a Beauty and the Beast retelling with like a magic portal, which it does sound dumb now that I'm talking about it, but it's not. It is so good. And it's not billed as like a love triangle, but I feel like it is a little bit where you're like, could she be with this other person
Yeah.
instead? I don't know. Like, and there's a lot of it's high stakes fantasy, not explicit of anything. It does, like you said with Kelly's, it is violent. There is blood, there's gore, there's death, the death of the kingdom possible. It's, no nothing explicit throughout the whole trilogy. And specifically book one, I'm like, I love that book so much. I own it.
Have you reread it?
I am going to. I have it downloaded on my Kindle. So, but no, I haven't since the first time.
It's been so long since I've read it. I remember I loved it at the time. I don't remember like all the details of the trilogy. For you to still feel this strongly about it, that's impressive.
Some of the books, honestly, that I feel very strongly about, haven't reread. And I think
Yeah.
part of that is because I don't know, I don't want to
You
ruin
don't want to
that.
taint it.
Yeah. One book I feel like that about is Addie LaRue. I, at the time, loved that book. Like 5 stars, amazing, bought it. I still have it on my shelves. I don't know that I'll ever go back and reread it. I think it was one of those, like, for that season in my life,
Yeah.
it was impactful, but I don't know if I read it again, if I'd feel the same. That should be another podcast episode.
Yeah, I was thinking this. So, Faking Christmas by Cindy Steele. This is one that I read it years ago and I loved it. It was one of my favorite books ever. And I have always wanted to reread it, but I've always been nervous because I don't know, maybe it was just special. Maybe I wasn't as critical back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I did reread it this past winter, and that is my next book on this list because I loved it so much the second time also. Everything I felt the first time, I felt again. And I have seen someone rate this book. I saw her rate it. What did she like? 3 stars? I could not even believe it. She was like, this was just kind of dumb. And I was like, what is wrong with you? First of all, Christmas vibes are immaculate. You want a Christmas romance that feels festive and like Christmas? This book has it. This book has a solid romance where it's not insta love, which is very common in Christmas romances. This one
Mm-hmm.
has like a solid romance with a solid backstory. The characters have so much depth. They have so much serious life situations that they're dealing with, grief and loss. Still, we're having fun. And I don't know how Cindy does it. Like this book to me is not just one of my favorite Christmas, but I'm like, this one is one of my favorite romances. I love this book so much. And I don't understand if people don't.
Yeah, I agree. It's not on my list, but I agree it's really good. How many more do you have?
One.
Okay, I'll just do one more then. Because I had one more that I thought of. Okay, so one book I feel like this about is Falling by TJ Newman.
Oh, yeah.
Now, logistically, I can see why someone may not like this book. But to me, if you hear what the book's about and you still pick it up and then you don't like it, then I don't understand. If you hear that it's a book about a plane that's having issues, gonna go down, that is, attacked by terrorists basically, and you're still like, I'm gonna read it, and then you're like, that was too scary. Like, I don't know what to tell you. That's on you.
Do you have a preference for falling or drowning?
Falling, I think.
It sounds like I'm asking you like not a book.
I like to fall better. I think falling, but I love drowning too.
I think drowning.
You really?
I think drowning. I feel like I was in full body sweats that entire book. It was so stressful, but I still had fun.
I don't know if she's gonna put out another book or not. Maybe she's
Yeah,
done,
where did
but
she go?
I don't
I
know.
didn't ever read Worst Case Scenario.
It was just okay.
That's why. That's why right there.
It was okay. I wouldn't. It was fine.
Okay, my last one is kind of a wild card because I get it, but I really want to fight about this book. A Crown of Chains by Erin Phillips.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
This is why my hackles get up, okay?
But I already know. Is it because people are like, this isn't true to the
There's a whole list. I'm like, here I go. Okay, first of all, a big one that I see is people upset that it is not a romance. First of all,
Yep.
it's not a romance. I will blame Bookstagrammers mostly for this because I see people market it like Bookstagrammers say,
Really?
oh, yes, you want a romantasy? Try this. I've seen people say, you want a romantasy like Akatar? Try this. 100% no. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. False. So if you're looking for a romantasy, no, this is not it. This is not a romance. I would not say this is like a happily ever after. Oh, so good, so romantic. No. Second of all, yes, biblical accuracy. I've seen people get very upset about the characters and either feeling like, okay, I'm really attached to the Bible character in the Bible, and this does not feel like what I have always grown up thinking about these characters. I don't really know what to say about that because I don't want to like step on toes as far as the Bible is concerned.
You just have to know going into it, I guess.
Who are we to say, like, we weren't in the room with Esther. We don't know everything about her personality just based on the chapters in the Bible. is what I would say. I do feel like Erin did a lot of research on the characters in the Bible. She's talked about Xerxes often, and just like the actual historical facts of Xerxes. And he was not this like, oh, such a good king and treated people well
Mm-hmm.
and a loving husband. No, if you actually go look at the history of Xerxes, he was none of those things. So if it is about biblical accuracy, I do think that she did her job. Anyway, I felt like this book pointed to the Bible. Was it like a word for word Esther? No, if you want that, go read Esther in the Bible.
And there's magic in it. Like, it's not intended to
It's
be,
dark fantasy.
yeah, it's not intended to be a true retelling.
No.
There you go. It's not a retelling, it's a reimagining.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know. Like, Erin, come on our show. We've tried many times.
It's true. And she's another one that I'm like, did I get paid for this? No. Just here to fight for her books every day.
You're like, I'm just here. Taylor has said that. He's like, do you ever get tired of fighting? I'm like, nope, sure don't.
It's in our DNA. There's one more book Josh said. He said he wanted me to tell you guys what his book is. He said it's A Christmas Carol, that if you read it and you don't like it, then you didn't understand it properly and that you're wrong. So there's that.
I bought him that book for Christmas, like a nice, pretty copy. But he's probably going to be a collector now.
Yeah, he has like 5. I don't know how many copies. He has a lot of copies.
Yeah, so he's a true fan. Okay, so what is something that you have downloaded or that you're looking forward to reading soon?
Okay, so I downloaded A Courtship of Conspiracies by Merrell. The blurb says that it is a Regency spy romance with intrigue and danger. I'm not sure what to expect. I feel like it sounds interesting and different, so I'm willing to try it.
Hmm.
That didn't sound like I'm very excited. I am. I've seen good things about it. I'll tell you why I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared because this was a bookstagrammer turned author, and that
Oh,
always
yeah.
makes me a little nervous. So there, I said it. I think we all feel it. You don't want to just like hate something that someone else wrote in general, but then if you like have, I've not interacted, she doesn't know who I am, by the way.
Yet.
Well, I'm like, if you've interacted with someone as a friend and then they're an author, and then what? You know? God
Yeah.
bless.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm just not going to read your book.
I know. Okay, what do you have that you are excited about?
Okay, it's dumb. I already know everyone. Roll your eyes. I don't care. I've already downloaded Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. I am ready. Like,
No creativity at all.
no. Okay, I have a lot of books downloaded, but no one cares about any of them. Like, I'm like, y'all don't care. Y'all are already gone. I've downloaded so many different books to my Kindle library, but I just don't know what I'm going to get to. They're just there as options, you know? One of them right here is Precious Little Sleep by Alexis Dubief. I don't know how to say the last name, but it's the complete baby sleep guide for modern parents. It's about sleeping, babies and sleeping. Like,
Yeah.
again, everyone's like,
Like,
ah,
never mind. Yeah,
yeah.
you were right.
Yeah, so I have that one. I have The Night and the Moth downloaded. I don't know
Oh,
whether I want to
yeah.
start that one now or if I want to wait because the
Book
second
2.
book, I think it's a duology.
It
It
is.
comes out in like in the fall. I can't remember the exact
It's
date, but
not
it's like
too far, but yeah.
no, it's not too far. I just don't know if I want to go because I've really enjoyed going straight into like one after another with Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You've come to the dark side. Yeah.
See, now I'm like you. I'm like, up, now I have to wait and read them all together. I don't know.
That's the only way. I'm like, that's the best way.
It's a really nice experience.
It's a nice experience, and then you're not rereading over and over or forgetting things or like, I don't
Yes.
know.
And I'm not against splitting them up. I'm not. But in my case, if you know the next book is coming out soon, like the next couple months, then I'm like,
Yeah, you
I
might
don't
as well
know.
wait.
And it's like hot as Hades right now. I'm like, do I want to read a fall book? I don't know.
I've heard a lot of people say that like fantasy is their fall TBR. So that's interesting.
So yeah, I have a lot of stuff downloaded, but if I'm being truly honest with myself, I'm like, Hilary, like, as soon as the last page of Order of the Phoenix, you're going to be like, oh, Half-Blood Prince starting right up.
Yeah. I feel like that too. I'm excited.
Yeah. So I think that's it, guys.
Okay, so where can we find you?
You can find me at Hilary Reads.
And I'm at Hannah Reads.
And our podcast is at Don't You Trade Podcast. All on Instagram. Come find us, follow us, and let us know what you're reading. And if you have a suggestion of what we should talk about, let us know because we will probably do it. We are interested.
Tell us what your books are that you love so much that you will accept zero criticism on. Let us know.
Yeah, that's what we need to do next. Put a story box. I'll put a story box next week. Or when you guys see this today. And it'll ask, I'm like, in the future.
You ever had a dream? That's it. You're done.
Okay. Cut the show. Goodbye.
Bye.